post. That's probably why I can sit here and speak straight to your spirit, straight to your heart. And some people will say, well, he's a smooth talker. No, I'm not a smooth talker at all. I don't make up these words. I don't make these thoughts. I simply get in tune with the Most High, and I say whatever he puts on my mind. And tonight, he wanted me to put 3 things on your mind, plus clear up some misconceptions. But I wanted to address something that's very serious. There is a statement that was made about me by someone that I respected on Facebook. You know, I don't do Facebook, but it was made on Facebook, and it was very, very slanderous. It was very, very damaging, very, very incorrect. And I don't know what the agenda is behind you people who always want to attack anyone who wants to step up for the people. But then again, maybe I do, because I did a little bit of research, and we'll get into that in a minute. But this energy that was put into this particular statement has aroused the concerns of some of my constituents and myself. You see, if you're not a student of facts over feelings, if you're not a student of the morning mental, then you can't take a piece of the class and then try to use it to justify you being a complete ass. You see, you can't take the text out of context to build a pretext for your argument. Now, if you want someone to get the full text and the context, and have them watch the entire video. And all of you all who don't do your research and never knew who we was, and if I asked you, have you ever watched The Morning Mental? Duh, no. If I said, have you ever watched Facts Over Feelings? Duh, no. I don't know what that is. And how the hell can you speak effectively about what was presented to you? You mean to tell me the same thing that they did to the Honorable Louis Minister Farrakhan, where they would take a piece of one of his speeches and then use it to try to crucify him, which is an old COINTEL strategy. Y'all letting them do it to y'all again. And my people are so gullible. Y'all are so gullible. Y'all run behind anything and everybody that sounds good to you. So I guess your only good is your latest spit. So let me spit a little bit here. The first thing I've already done is shatter the myth. I'm getting tired of y'all talking about certain things that you know nothing about. That's the first thing. The second thing is, let me clear something up. If you don't understand the context is when they liberated themselves from Haiti, and I'll say it again, they killed every person that looked like them first, so that when they went to fight their oppressors, they wouldn't have anybody who looks like them that would be against what they were trying to do. And if you're all about liberation, like you claim, if you're all about the freedom of our people, if you're all about reparations, if you're all about all of that, then how could you be against anyone that's about that? Because if you are, then we have to question what your motives are. Maybe you like things being the way they are. Maybe you're afraid. Maybe you're just jealous and envious. But whatever it is, it comes out looking rather strange when everyone else wants the same goal. Now, when I saw this statement, I did respond to it, and I explained to everyone, I don't owe you any explanations, none whatsoever. You see, I'm doing something with what was given to me. What you do with what he gave to you, that's entirely on you. I have nothing to do with that. However, don't sit around and think that if you continue to slander me, that there won't be some type of retaliation legally. I want to let that float before y'all take that out of context too. So if you don't come to the teaching, don't speak on the lesson. I'm going to run around and start fighting other militias. What kind of craziness is that when we're trying to form a unified coalition? That doesn't even make sense in the daytime. And since y'all won't let it go, let me explain this to you one last time so that y'all can get past this and we can move forward. It ain't who you used to be. It's who you are right now and what we can see. You shall know them by their fruits. You shall know them by their works. So let's talk about fruit. Let's talk about works that have moved the needle in the liberation struggle for Black people planet-wide. You don't have to like me. I didn't come to be your friend. I came to liberate my people. And some of you, by your actions, are simply verifying what I said. If we have to leave this place, you will fight us. You're fighting us already. So we don't expect you to change. Now, if you're misinformed, get informed. And don't speak recklessly about things that you haven't educated yourself about. If there's one thing that I am, it's I'm highly intelligent. And I'm not stupid by a long shot. So please, please. And I'm talking to my own people. For real, y'all. For real. You out your goddamn mind. For real. Now, let me shift the gears and let me talk to the white people for a minute. Because white people, you're even worse. And I'm not being racial, I'm being factual. You're so afraid of what's happening around you. The only things that can come out of your mouth are things that sound like they're intelligent, but they're designed to tear down what we've built. In fact, isn't going anywhere. Deal with it. As a matter of fact, don't deal with it. Just when we decide to leave, don't stand in our way. And some of y'all got a hard time accepting that. But that's okay, because I can talk about the type of person that does things like this. Because I was very, very concerned, very concerned, very concerned. And when I saw this, I wanted to go ahead and spend, but you can join me somewhere around chapter 44, if you have the ancient tablets. The slanderer, the slanderer. The malicious word of the slanderer is like a barbed and poisoned dart, and swift to destroy, faster than the whirlwind. The slanderer casts down the good works of men with the tempest of his vile breath. His spite undermines the peace of households, and his tongue builds temples of deceit. The mouth of a slanderer is like a cesspool from which nothing forth comes but bad smell. The tongue of the scalamonger is like a maggot. It spreads rottenness where once all was wholesome. It hatches the filth upon which it feeds. Filth begets filth, which bewailing its existence, the slanderer and the scalamonger fill their bellies with it. The utterance from which pour from the mouth of the slanderer are hornets bent on harm and destruction. He is the father of lies, the servant of wickedness. He is the evil ferryman of whom our father spoke. All praise to the Most High. I described it from the words of the Creator, and you're seeing it manifested in people. You see, some of you have it twisted. I'm not just some crazy guy with a bunch of guns. I am a teacher. So therefore, what I'm doing is the will of the Most High. I have to ask, what are you doing? Cast down places. What he brings forth are the ingredients of mischief and woe. His tongue is the whip that lashes the graceful back of gracious truth. If the water be dirty, can the linen be cleaned or washed 10 times over? You see, ever since I told y'all I was in love with black people, ever since I said I was having a love affair with my black folks, ever since I stood on the behalf of my sisters, ever since I started breaking down the difference between real men and weaklings, ever since I said that I love all of you, there has been nothing but hatred from the very people that I say I love. Does this sound familiar? That the bigger this love gets, the harder the hate gets. And now I understand why. Because I'm doing something. Not that you don't want to do. I'm doing something you're incapable of doing. Don't ask me how I'm doing all of this. Even I don't know. Because I'm just letting myself be you. I'm letting myself be a spokesperson. I'm letting myself be a piece on the chessboard. I'm moving in my purpose. And I'm doing something. And the people are tired of being talked to. The people are tired of speeches. The people are tired of empty chants. The people are tired down the chessboard. I saw a headline that said that black militia threatens to create its own nation. We're threatening by creating our own nation. They didn't say black militia desires You don't understand these people that you're up against. You don't understand who you're in bed with. But maybe some of you do understand, but you hate yourself and you hate your own kind so much that to hear someone say they love all of them unconditionally, you start slandering me. You start lying on me. You start putting things together that are not true. The real test, because I told you that this world is nothing more than a test for your soul. This, see if you're worthy to elevate to the next level. See, this is what happens when you evolve, when you learn. This is a test. Are you failing or are you passing? This is all the test of the entire world. Black and white folks. This is a test. And some of you are failing miserably. Unless you lose regard of your neighbors. Of the slanderous seeks out trouble and spreads it abroad. I have to ask myself after reading what I wrote, what is your goal? For NFAC to go away, for things to go back to the way they were? because I'm going to show